Welcome to Season 2 of the Fit to Love podcast show. Hello and welcome to Fit to Love Tasty Tuesdays. All about cooking, all about nutrition, and all about you. Enjoy the show. Having a hard time losing weight and can't figure out why? Did you know there are 7 factors that contribute to weight loss resistance? Come on over to fittolove.tv/quiz and find out if one of those factors is sabotaging you. Today's show, JJ's favorite green juice. So I want to talk a little bit about juicing versus blending or extracting because I got a new blender for Christmas. It wasn't a Vitamix, but it's pretty good. So until I get a sponsor, I'm not going to tell you what it is. So extracting fruits and vegetables keeps everything in there. It keeps the skins, sometimes it keeps the seeds if you put them in there. So of course it's really rich in fiber and you have everything. When you juice, you're concentrating nutrition, just like you concentrate in a smoothie of some kind, but it's usually doesn't taste as good. And a lot of people don't want to drink that really thick green drink because it's just not something that they're interested in. So why not start with juicing? I mean, both are great. In terms of health reasons, yes, you could argue that blending or liquefying your vegetables would be healthier, and I would agree. However, if someone isn't going to do that because it tastes gross and too thick, start with juicing. And juicing is a really quick way to, again, condense nutrition and just get a concentrated amount of vegetables and minerals and things that you're not going to get by eating them every day. So my favorite green juice focuses on mostly green vegetables, and it has a little bit of a sweetness to it. You will see I have two yellow fruits. I have a lemon and I think it's like an opal organic apple. They're delicious. They're super sweet. And I had them, so I'm going to use it because I only have one more green apple left. But normally I use a green apple because it has a little tartness to it and the sweetness. But just to keep it all green, I use the green apple. So I'm going to show you what I have. I'm going to cut it up and then I'm going to blend it because once I start to blend, you won't be able to hear me because it's pretty loud. So I've got here 2 apples, and normally they'd be both green apples. I've got a lemon. I've got, what is this, about an inch to 2 inches, inch and a half, 2 inches of ginger. I've got 2 pears. I've got a cucumber. I've got organic kale from the farm. I've got organic celery from the farm. And normally I would add like some spinach, and I do have that, but we're going to put it in a different drink. So this time I'm going to add more kale, just the darker version of kale, because I have the sweet and the spicy with the ginger and the apples. I want to try to get even more nutrition into this drink, so that way not only is it delicious, but it's just chock full of nutrients. So I have a Jack LaLanne juicer. It is as old as I am married, and it was a wedding gift. Thank you, Kate, for this juicer. We have used the crap out of it, and I'm sure I'm due for a new one, but it's working so well, so I'm not going to replace it. But I just want to give a shout out to Jack LaLanne for all his hard work. Rest in peace, Jack LaLanne, thank you for making us healthier, both in exercise as well as in juicing. Because he calls it a whole food juicer, I know I've seen them actually put the whole apple in there, but it'll get stuck sometimes if you put too much in there. So I do like to cut things, and you don't have to do, little pieces, but for the pear, I'm going to cut the pear into quarters. I'm going to cut the apple into quarters, and I'm not going to core it. I'm going to leave the seeds and everything as it is. Juicing can be very simple. And again, just in case any of you are squirming right now as you see me with this really big knife. Yes, I'm not a classically trained chef. I'm the everyday Greek and Italian personal training cook who's paleo, dairy-free, and gluten-free, and wants to share easy ways for you to eat healthier. All right, so I'm gonna turn it on. Oh, let me cut the lemon first because I may not want the whole thing. I usually make this in pretty big batches. So let me just explain also what I'm doing here. I am using this Pyrex measuring cup, a big one, to catch my juice because it will splatter, as you'll see as we do another juice in the near future. And after I get it in here, I pour it into a glass jar to keep it in the refrigerator. A lot of people will tell you that, of course, the best way to enjoy your juice is right away, and I'd agree with that. However, I'm not cleaning that every week. I'm not cleaning that every day. So I will make enough juice and have about 4 to 8 ounces of it once or twice a day. And if you make 3 or 4 juices, then you can have one of each of them every day and just get chock full of antioxidants and all these minerals and vitamins and colors that you aren't going to eat every day. You're not going to eat kale and a carrot and a beet every day. And so why not just drink it and get your nutrients that way? So that's how we're going to do this. And then once I move this Pyrex glass away, there will be some dripping happening. So I usually use a bowl just to catch any of the drippings because we do work with things like beets and that can stain, so you don't want to ruin your table. Okay, here we go. It's going to be loud. Now when you're working with leaves, you have to press a little harder. So juicing is a messy thing, I'll just let you know ahead of time. And as the messy chef, my husband will come home and look up at the ceiling, because as you're putting in the vegetables and the blade is spinning, if you don't get the top on quick enough, it shoots up. So just know and prepare for a little bit of a mess. But hey, then you can, whatever. So here we have our green juice, and I'd pour it in and then taste it, and then just add whatever you think. I didn't add the whole lemon. I didn't even add the whole second apple. I used a half a lemon, 1 pear. I used probably the whole thing, a whole head of celery. I used 3 or 4 handfuls of the kale, a couple pieces of kale, and let me just tell you that when your kale starts to wilt and there's less water in it, don't put it through the juicer. Saute at that point. So, oh, this is so yummy. It's just so easy, and it's so easy to want to drink it because of the lemon and the ginger and the apple, and then of course you've got kale in here. So this is an awesome way to introduce people to getting darker green leafy vegetables. If they don't want to eat them, I promise you, if you make this like this, they'll want to drink it.